This is Steve Koleno, and this is Confidential Remarks. For most families, buying a home is the single largest financial transaction they will ever undertake. When you are finally signing your name to a mortgage, the amount of money on the line is staggering. Yet despite those massive stakes, buyers and sellers often enter the market with a structural blind spot regarding the very professionals they hire to guide them through the process. Consumers are surrounded by real estate marketing built on assertions. Agents claim they sell homes faster, negotiate better prices, or the real estate industry is currently preoccupied with listing distribution, fighting over whether homes appear on massive public portals or remain in exclusive private networks. Distribution without accountability is just marketing dressed up as strategy, and marketing is not a neutral account of facts. Public protection depends on whether an independent shared record exists to confirm exactly what happened during a transaction. Operating a market of this scale without a shared foundational truth leaves buyers and sellers to rely on the dangerous principle of trust me. To understand how we obtain that proof, we have to look at the Multiple Listing Service, or MLS. While the public interacts with it as a digital bulletin board for properties, its structural role in the market goes deeper. The MLS functions as a rigid accountability system. This shared record documents the listing price, any subsequent adjustments, and the final sale price. It exists independently of any agent's marketing interests, creating a space where the truth of what happened gets recorded. We can use this record to test common marketing claims. An agent's negotiation skills can be checked against list-to-sale price ratios stored in the ledger. Similarly, claims of selling homes faster can be measured against hard days on market data. Without this independent ledger, consumers and regulators lack the evidence required to distinguish high-performing professionals from those who simply have the largest advertising budgets. This system faces a threat from data fragmentation. Private networks and exclusive pocket listings create siloed platforms that exist outside the shared record. Hiding transaction data removes our ability to analyze market outcomes. We lose the capacity to compare the final sale price of a privately marketed home against one exposed to the open market. This information asymmetry systematically advantages agents with polished branding and massive marketing spends as their actual track records become increasingly difficult to verify. It also undermines ethical agents. When verification tools vanish, a professional's genuine performance record can no longer serve as their strongest competitive asset. Moving toward assertion-based promises strips the consumer of their primary defense. As the source material notes, trust me, functions as the absence of a consumer protection standard. In almost every other high-stakes sector, we demand verifiable data. We check independent reviews for hotels, outcomes for physicians, and track records for financial advisors. Real estate is unlikely to remain an exception to this expectation for transparency. The landmark NAR settlement serves as a major milestone here. It reflects a regulatory conclusion that practices obscuring consumer clarity are unacceptable. This indicates the expectation of transparency is increasing. Regulators and courts show less tolerance for hidden arrangements. As this trend continues, the industry has a choice. Build the accountability infrastructure needed to meet this demand or risk being overtaken by it. To maintain a healthy market, the industry must strengthen the shared transaction record and treat it as critical infrastructure. This requires new standards, capturing transaction data from private marketing channels. Only then can we meaningfully compare outcomes across the entire industry. A robust verification system provides a shared foundation of evidence. It allows ethical agents to prove their value, gives journalists accurate data, and provides regulators with the records they need to investigate misconduct. Markets function more efficiently when participants replace opinion with evidence and improve resource allocation. Consumers deserve a standard of accountability that matches the financial risk. In a well-functioning market, performance must be proven, not just promised. This has been Confidential Remarks.